All right, we're jumping right into the action here on Mirage. If you guys missed it, Take Flight took map number 1, 13-5 on Anubis in very commanding fashion. The beginning, back and forth, but then they took control. After the Force by Wars ended, now we're here on Mirage where they won 13-4 previously up against Fluffy Aimers. Already got a couple of frags. Arzu and Umar then Steel Strike right on back, and now they have the advantage and control of this A site.
Yeah, it was a great hold from Sadman, considering the fact that he got basically, I think, gooshed on the first bullet that he took. Managed to get a couple of kills from it either way, and that is, I believe, a headshot through triple there.
Yeah.
From Zayla, so that means it's still down to 19, and then CoJo's already in spawn. So even though BNB got this plant and got that 3v2, it switched back around very quickly, and CoJo's got the smoke kit. He should just hold this right now and then wait for his teammate to cover him. Umar's gonna have to come out, knife's coming out, right click in the smoke. Oh, it was so close. It was so close. And in the end, Take Flight, get it done.
CoJoMo, the hero, once more with a 3K. That was very close. Just had to right-click twice in the same spot, and Umar has it. But unfortunately for the Bad News Bears, another pistol round goes the way of Take Flight. And of course, those pistol rounds become even more important than they used to be in Counter-Strike Global Offensive. We've heard a lot of conversations, people saying maybe they shouldn't be there at all. I don't know. I like the idea of a pistol round, right? I'm not sure about you, Travis, but it's nice to have that even footing right off the bat.
We don't
get... Yeah.
On round 2. That's pretty impressive. Honestly, why not, to be fair? But they've managed to get one out with the Kevlar as well, rather than just a glass cannon, is nice to have. And of course, it's going to be pretty impactful in a round like this, of course. With BNB getting that bomb plant means they can go for the full buy with the Galils and the solitary AK on Umar. But of course, with this sort of purchase in that round 2, it means the utility is very much lacking.
I don't think they're going to expect the op at all. If it has impact, though, it's on the B side. mdsz is going to get the first here, and not the second, but Game finishes off Boo at the very least. It's back and forth still. Nyx managing to get and connect on a frag, and now we have a 3v3. Arzu and Umar are a little low. Arzu at 64 and Umar only at 9 HP. There's that nade into the smoke, blows it away, but not enough for the Bad News Bears to get much intel. Flashbang thrown. That is for Sandman to walk on forward. And Exhaler and Sandman are looking to get this retake going. Take Flight, we're solid on their retakes on Anubis. Let's see if they can do it again here on Mirage. And what a jump by Exhaler, who gets the 2K with the MP9. Nyx, the last one standing, manages to connect with the headshot. Needs 2 more and only gets 1. CoJoMo with the big green has enough time to get this defusal.
Big green, big kill from CoJo in that 1v1, just recovering it at the last second. 3 for Nyx, but not to be for BNB. Everything seems to be going Take Flight's way in this BO3. A lot of that rhymed, and I'm kind of proud of it because it was an accident. 2-0 start for Take Flight.
We take it.
Great stuff from them, and yeah, the MP9 flying into a jungle. That's what we've got to do with the MP9 more than ever before. Even people obviously would have seen that in CSGO as well, but just staying mobile, ADing, even mid-air with the MP9. I think it's still the most accurate SMG mid-air in CS2 as well. And yeah, that is good stuff from MP9, but to fight back very quickly. Our BNB is going aggressive with the aim duels pretty quickly. They'll get the opening pick, but again, it's answered back very quickly. mdsz under pressure, spots the jump of Umar, hits Umar on the cross. 4v3, damage done, but BNB at least have a little semblance of control.
I mean, I've seen more hits in the first 30 seconds of the round in Counter-Strike 2 than probably in any match in CSGO. It's crazy. Of course, because you have that taker's advantage, I feel like a broken record, but it's true. You know, you can go very quick on those T sides, go right on through mid on Mirage in particular, and just take the fights immediately. Still a chance for Take Flight to get this retake. Well, mdsz is spotted out, but he still manages to get Arzu, even though he did not shoot first. Umar spots out Exhaler over in the murder hole, and that will be done and dusted. 2v2, trying to get the defusal. Or Take Flight. Oh, nice shots! Oh my goodness! That's it! CoJoMo again!
Yeah, and he had the kit as well, so that's actually a really cool recovery again from Take Flight, right? BNB have had, I mean, on Anubis too, have had so many after plants, especially on the A site on Anubis, they weren't able to keep control of, and it's the same on the A site of Mirage. That smoke onto the front of the bomb there, CoJo tapped it, I believe, before he managed to get that kill. And then mdsz with the M4. Pre-Flyte connected beautifully as B&B were throwing that nade onto the smoke to reveal CoJo's position inside of it. Unfortunately, they were dead before they could do anything about him. And that seems to be the way that B&B are living so far in this entire game. They are dead before they can do anything about it.
It's wild. They continue to get bomb plants at the very least, but they can't hold on to the sites, whether it be Anubis and now Mirage in these early moments. I don't know what's happening there, but not picking the right spots and perhaps being a little too aggressive on the post plant. Anyway, mdsz is gonna throw that nade into the smoke, giving him full visibility momentarily, and now he's gonna spam through it. Connects onto Umar for a little bit of damage, but this is a retake already. Take Flyte. Choosing to back off, flashbang thrown, spam through the smoke, getting more damage, but the first frag goes the way of the Bad News Bears, and the second as well.
Yeah, and there's been so many close rounds to take Flyte that I think in the 3v5 it makes a lot of sense to fall away, and they will do exactly that. You could say there's an argument for trying to do as much damage to the T economy as possible, considering they've only just managed to glean their first round, and of course none of them have built up any money. But I think it's important to prioritise yourselves first. Not just in game, but in life as well. Take Flyte will go and lose their first round of this one. But keeping the AWP and the AK and the M4 means they're still in a good position to have to fully buy it. Of course, CoJo with that 2.2k in the bank means that he can drop a gun for either Xayla or Gabe. And that means they'll still have plenty to work with in this following. It was a shame for Take Flyte. I think it might have been Xayla towards CT fighting towards the players around the triple box. I think he knew where one was around that triple box, but he didn't know there was a second. So once he'd used up his bullets on trying to spray the smoke on the first player, the second player then emerging at the wrong time meant he couldn't transfer in time, and he did a bit of chip damage. So B&B fight their way through nicely, and very important to win their gun round, of course, with 5 up.
Of course, that helps their economy, right? All 5 players up 2.5k in the bank. Gave those spams to the smoke, takes down Umar. They saw the battle player, definitely has the info. Can't get the fight, does so much damage. Speaking of damage, look at that health. The bad users barely have any left, but they still managed to take down mdsz. It's going to be a very hard take if they don't get perfect frags every single turn. They've gotten that so far. Steel finding the latest one. CoJoMo and Xayla, last 2 standing. Very winnable for them, but they have to use their utility wisely and hit their shots.
This one is actually doable, but whether they know that the 2 players are so low is another matter. Okay, 1 back, that's a bit of a freebie, but I think even with the smokes and the kit on CoJo was miles away anyway, so they were committing to that either which way in that situation. Steel, Boo, and Nyx with 1 kill apiece in this round. All 3 of those players staying up and getting B&B second on the board. A competitive start to this map, just like it was on the previous CoJo. Oh, Steel's got his... that's Boo, actually. He's got his knife out. But no frag in that situation, and the AWP will be kept once again. CoJo yet to die on Mirage.
Yeah. CoJoMo refusing to go down to the dirt and continues to carry that AWP on forward. The Bad News Bears on their side have been very consistent in terms of taking control of bomb sites and getting the plants. The only reason they're not up by more right now is because they couldn't hold on to the bomb site twice. Those 3-round victories up against Take Flyte, even though they had the advantage, and I think at least one. Anyway, Game's gonna get thrown into the smoke. Blowing it away, and Steel takes a decent chunk of damage. Umar, the opening frag again, and here come the Bad News Bears. Man advantage gained, and the A site under their control once more. The problem? The bomb is very, very far away, so they have to hold the site for a little longer than they'd like. There's Nyx finding one after his teammate goes down and needs a second, and there it is. CoJo, last one standing. Can he clutch it? He's got a chance now. 1v2.
Oh, so aggressive from CoJo. He'll take down the stairs player as well. Unfortunately, I think he's out of bullets on the AWP, so it's nice to fall back and reload. Fair play. And plays the long game in the 1v1. CoJo 9-0. Going for the full rotation round to jungle. Boo, I don't think knows this, but as the time ticks away, he's going to guess it at some point. CoJo now working his way through. Of course, has that kit so he can take his time, but Boo is doing the right thing here. He's clearing out CT, and he knows that jungle is now the only option. So he can play safe from CT. If CoJo holds the bomb here, Boo should still have more than enough time to get into position to take him down, and that he does exactly that. Great try, CoJo. That was interesting how that round played out, of course, considering that the bomb took so long to rotate through T-spawn back onto the A site once they got control. That gave CoJo the time to try and make a play like that. And if Nyx hadn't got that extra kill in connector as well toward the player around underneath window, I think that round could have easily gotten out of hand pretty quickly, considering how close CoJo made it.
Yeah, Nyx, that second frag, as I mentioned, was super important for the Bad News Bears, that he found it in that moment, and CoJoMo finally gets fragged. Surprised he pulled out his knife in that instant. I thought he would technically with the off-out and perhaps he could have found the frag and won the round, but instead goes down and is now settling for the other scoped gun. That is the AUG, not oft used anymore, but still a very potent weapon.
Yeah, I definitely still use more than the Krieg these days, especially with high fire rate weapons feeling pretty nice on CS2. The Krieg being the lowest fire rate doesn't feel very nice anymore. But if you want that extra accuracy, it is still the most accurate gun in the game, I believe. Of course, with that scope and even while unscoped. And I've seen a few players try and pick it up, but overall the AK feels so good in CS2. There is no need to go to the Krieg, but AUG on CT side, I do understand. Still very much workable. And CoJo's got that tasty one with the floppy stickers on it.
I still don't like that nerf to the Krieg. I really do wish that they would fix or at least buff the fire rate back up a little bit. It's pretty much unusable under most circumstances. Anyway, Sandman is going to get the opening frag here. Arzu goes down. 39 seconds, a very slow one. The slowest we've seen so far, I think, in the series. Manages to get the trade. CoJoMo holding the fort down, but can't do it for long. Nyx, again, a key frag found, and the bomb site's going to be taken by the Bad News Bears. 25 seconds left. There are 2 nades, though, for the Bad News Bears to toss to try and get some control even further into CT.
Oh, that smoke's fading connector. That was awkward, and Sandman will get caught out. 2v3, trying to spam down Umar on the plant. But only do a tiny bit of chip damage to that triple box, and Umar continues to hold the angle nicely. Lovely pre-fire by Boo. Here come Bad News Bears. There's their map pick after all. You'd expect them to perform well on it. And Boo with 2, Nyx with 2, Umar with the 1. They now have the lead.
Yeah, it is their most played map over the last 3 months. 10 times they played it. An even record, though, at 5-5, and did lose yesterday up against Nouns 9-13. And the pace of play there was ferocious. I mean, both teams were not taking their foot off the gas pedal, continuing to go forward in the first 30 seconds of the round. And I mean, it is typically what happens in Counter-Strike, but Nouns were being insane on their T side. They really brought it to Bad News. 13-9 in favor of Nouns.
Yes, you just said, yeah. I misheard you. Yeah.
No worries.
Yeah, it's always interesting, of course. I believe that was Noun's first match, right, in ECL this season.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was.
So they've been doing some good work recently now. So I've been critical of them in the past. They're just not really seeming to have much direction, even though they do qualify for some lands. But they're going to be playing, of course, in the Thunderpick finals coming up at the end of the month. And, of course, they've qualified for Yongshipping as well. So pretty cool for them to be able to go abroad to play some CS once again.
Oh, Theo's going to get 2 right off the docket. CoJoMo manages to strike back for 1, steps into the Molotov for a little bit longer than he would have liked, and that could cost him his life, and it does. That is the B site taken, and take Flyte with just the deagles up. Might try for something. You never know what can happen, considering that they're going to buy up the next round anyway.
I'll be looking for these exit kills. mdsz will make the jump. Here's Nyx through from short, but even though his teammate got taken down, it did not distract Nyx, who seemingly likes salami or something, because that's apparently his in-game name that shows up on the kill feed.
Salami's good.
Yeah, I mean, fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough. Whatever floats his boat.
Indeed.
But BNB certainly are floating pretty well right now. There's no holes in the dinghy at the moment. 5-3. Take Flight have another full purchase, but BNB now have a little bit of a bank to back up this 5-3 lead. So got some good work to fall back on, thanks to their previous good work. Nick's very fast into window. I like this,
really nice,
but
yeah.
CoJo realizes it and backs away quickly.
That's still control gained in window room, and it's one more player for Take Flight to immediately have to worry about. Not to mention the Bad News Bears have been very solid at taking the A site. Gabe's under a ton of pressure, and Sandman relieves that significantly by finding Nyx in window. Although Steel does manage to charge up and take one. That was in mid that Steel won that fight. Goes down to 11 HP and then falls back to the mid boxes. Re-smokes window. In the meantime, Bad News Bears have already taken this A site. Gabe is trying to sneak in. Unbeknownst to the Bad News Bears, anyone watching Umar finally is, but it's a little too late. Umar going down, very clean fragment back for Gabe, and an Exhaler spots out Arzu, blindsides him from the back. I think this is going to be Take Flight. Yeah, only Steel left, and he was towards mid.
I'm not aware of it though. Time, that's the right thing to do. There's one kill on the side. But unfortunately, he'll get swarmed upon there, and there are kits in play. So there's no issue. Of course, he's got no way of knowing whether they're still on the bomb or not from that position, Steel. So he tried his best in that scenario. And being so low, it was impossible for him. Nice round from Take Flight. Good recovery there, considering the madness of the situation. And props to how they held the A site as well. BNB's focus has most certainly been on A in this entire game so far. I think am I right in saying every single gun round was finished on A? I think there's been one eco that finished on B, but yeah, they've been very A focused so far. Very A and mid focused, to be fair, for BNB.
Three players heading into Palace for BNB this time. One into the apartments. That's the Lurk. Steel. Molotov thrown for Van. Utilities flying his way. The nade chunks him down to 46 HP. And the Bad News Bears bunched up in Palace need to be careful, because if a nade sails in there, they will all be quite hurt. Molotov sails out. CoJoMo watching that smoke very intently as it fades away. Could be an opportunity duel here going to Gabe's spot. That's dangerous. As you can see, Nyx peeks around, gets the information. Now Gabe has to fall back, or else he is dead. To the right, CoJoMo holds the angle successfully. Up against Boo, then flicks to ramp to find his second. Umar, those strikes for two of his own! And then Steel finds the third. The man advantage gain for the Bad News Bears.
Oh, that did not look like it was possible at all there. That was superb from CoJo. At first, holding from sandwich there, just saving his teammate. That reload coming in, baiting him into CoJo, and he was just hitting all of his shots. But then Umar hit all of his shots. Two in return. But the round's still on. Exhaler takes Arzu, but they're still not expecting Steel to be in that position. And now Zayla knows that he's actually in a pretty interesting position here. He knows that Steel's in mid. He's going to try and force him to the open. Does exactly that. And now Umar with the AWP. If they get himself onto the bomb, there's a chance, because of course Umar only has that AWP to spam through. But he catches Exhaler before he gets there. Well played, Umar. Great round from him. And Bad News Bears will regain their 2-round lead.
Umar is pretty solid on Mirage. Yesterday he's pulling off some nice plays. Today as well, looking good here. As the Bad News Bears, like you mentioned, at the very least have ensured that they'll walk into the second half tied 6-6, even if they give the next 2 rounds. They want that lead, though. They will need a 7th to ensure that. There's that shotgun. We talked about it a lot. 2 of them barreling down in the direction of the Bad News Bears. BNB is out of there. Once they heard the shotgun, they said, no way, no how. Arzu and Boo get a couple onto Gabe and Sandman. Moving into that B side. B's gone completely.
Really like the choice to do a mid-B split there, especially when you've been so A-focused the whole game, but also mid-focused too. To throw in a quick B split is a really nice call, just to change up the pace as well. It was very speedy ones too, just contributed to Take Flight being caught off guard there. Nicely done. CoJo may be now 16-4. And that's a beautiful jump down to take Arzu as well. But he should get caught in the side here. Steel's got a freebie. There's the frag. CoJo is having himself a series, but unfortunately, this map might be in vain, because BNB are now pulling clear on their T side.
Well, we'll see. I mean, Take Flight were pretty solid on their T side of Anubis. Perhaps that'll translate over to Mirage. Right now, the problem is CoJoMo's the only one connecting frags. 17-5. I mean, leads the server. But if you look at the rest of his team, everyone else is below a KDR of 1. very problematic and wasn't the case on Anubis. Gabe, along with Sandman, had, I think, 17 or 18 frags apiece. So they need more of that here if they want to find victory on Mirage. Otherwise, we're heading to a decider on Inferno.
Well, B&B on the last round of the half is saying if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And they're doing a beat
Yeah.
bit again. But this time, oh, I was about to say this time, Take Flight are trying to guess it. And they've pushed 2 underpass to try and catch that play. At least the apartment players off guard. Unfortunately, it's a great down to Nix. He sees it coming, and Arzu! Oh, that's a glorious transfer. And poor old CoJo is left last alive. He may have an 8 cheater thrown into that smoke, but it's a little bit shallow. It doesn't blow it up enough. And he knows this one is done. And so is this half. Okay, I think, if I'm not mistaken, Take Flight got 8 on Anubis on their first half. And B&B are going to do the same on their map pick as well. Look at those kills from CoJo. Right now, it's not enough. B&B up 8-4. We'll see if they can win the map in the second half. Coming up.
All right, and we're back. Short break this time as we get into the action. Pistol round. Take Flight firing up the success they had on their pistol, on their B side. Anubis here, who manages to get 1, but Sandman is taking care of business, putting players to sleep on the opposite end. Nix, though, with a couple, and Arzu takes down Exhaler. It's all falling apart for Take Flight. Only CoJoMo left, and, well, no longer. Oh, goodness me. The Bad News Bears are shifting into their second gear right now as they pick up a 9.
God damn. Don't fight the salami man. He's too strong. CT fighting for his life. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Nix going 17-8. We've been talking up CoJo. His efforts in vain, but Nix deserves to be shouted about. And yeah, I mean, it's just a decent team performance from across the board on B&B with Imra on 10 and the other 3 on 9. But Nix, of course, playing today, technically as a replacement for Sonic as well, even though he has been playing a little bit this season. I think it's impressive that he's putting up great numbers this evening.
And when they played Badass on Mirage a couple of matches ago, he went 20-7 with 124.9 ADR and a rating of 2.25. They went up 13. So he seems to be a key on Mirage. Oh, battle happening here towards mid, and it turns out we're even numbers after all is said and done. Nix trying to fight away unconnected. Could go down this time. mdsz spamming, and finally, yes, Exhaler's the one to finish him off. 3v2 advantage for Take Flight.
I don't think Nix had any chance on that one. I don't think he's ever been more dead in his life, being spammed through the plywood in connector. And of course, I think being caught by the MAC-10 too. Losing to the hard duel here, the MAC-10, because he knows where it is, and that's a good way of doing it. It's 3 kills on the board for him. Ace to clutch this one out. He's going to go for it. Jump through his own top con smoke to maybe play around the stairs, looking for a bit of a one-way perhaps over the top of it. One-ways aren't as prevalent as they once were, of course, in CSGO. There's a different type of one-way these days for those dynamic and volumetric smokes. He can't get anything done this time around. Take Flight hit straight back, and that keeps this map pretty competitive because it looks like B&B are going to continue with the Force by Wars, which is something that, as I said earlier in Anubis, is not something that you see as commonly, perhaps. But as they've got a 4-round lead in MR12, they're pretty confident in giving it a go, and they know they can win these rounds after what they did earlier. So, fair play.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, the pistols are very powerful, especially those Deagles here. So we'll see if the Bad News Bears can find the success that they're looking for. In the meantime, Take Flight are all bunched up to B. It feels all but certain that the hit will go in this direction. Only one player there, Umar, trying to anchor it down. The stack is on A. Yeah, at the very least, Dior's going to get the information, probably toss the flashbang out. I'm not sure if that's going to be enough. It's not. Gabe's already on site. Oh my goodness, what a shot from Umar with the 5-7. If you get the second, it's even better, but he can't. Sandman finds him, then spans away into market. I mean, mdsz is trying to get this bomb planted. Finally will here. It's Arzu. The rest of the bad news bears swarm into market. The problem is they don't have any util aside from, well, actually they have a couple. They have a flashbang and a smoke, but that's really not enough. And they're going to fall off here with the force by having been purchased in this round. You need the armor.
Exactly, yeah. I mean, usually most situations here in top Counter-Strike, even though it's the boring call, it is the correct call to save here in the 4v4 and try again with what you have in this round. They're trying to lock off the apartment player, Nick Zayla there, to try and force them into connecting players perhaps, and steal! Alright, that's 2-1 Diggs, hits a third as well for Steal, that is brilliant from him, and he'll take that every single day of the week. CoJo somehow survives with the bomb blast on 4 HP, but Steel's done God's work there to not only keep 3 of his teammates alive, but take down a lot of the guns from Take Flight, 3 of them. And yeah, I think that is a trade that he will absolutely be delighted with.
Steel rolling back the years now. That was nice work there with the Deagle. Maybe he should try and employ that a little bit more. But the problem there, well, I don't want to say the problem. They did get a few frags. It's just a shame they couldn't get the AKs and grab them in front to cover. But yeah, it was a little
long term, it's good. Long term, it's excellent
yes,
for the economy
absolutely.
because it still lowered them to, even though they are technically still on a half buy / eco this round, having what they kept over from the previous. It's a good position. I don't think that setup's going to work great if they just have players walking out ramp though. He'll probably be a bit upset that his teammates have shot back before he dies. It's just unfortunate they don't expect Take Flight just to walk out ramp alone like that. Not alone, but dry is what I mean to say, without utility. Yeah. And I think Steel would probably be maybe saying on his stream that's running right now, what are they doing when they're trying against a round like this?
Arzu not able to connect the Deagle there. Still last one standing and nothing on his side either. All 5 players stay alive for Take Flight, which helps to really mitigate the issue of the players lost in that previous round. Their economy's been built up again, so they're comfortable. And now only down by 2 rounds. The bad news bears, that big lead they built up in that first half is slowly slipping right through their fingertips. 4 A1Ss and the A4 being purchased up into this round. We'll see if they can put on the brakes on what Take Flight is bringing their way.
People will, complain about ML12 and say, oh, it doesn't feel like proper Counter-Strike anymore, we're not playing to 16. But I think so far from what I've seen of ML12, it hasn't really given us any false results. The team
no, I don't think so.
To win is 10 to win in all the E leagues online at the moment, of course. And all the ESL leagues too. We'll get back into my point a bit later on, because Steele's just died to his own Molotov, has he?
I don't know.
Did he try and make the window jump or something and
I
die
think
to
it was
damage?
a jump. Yeah.
Anyway, suddenly it's all gone down to Nyx. It's the man you'd want in the situation. He's now 1 versus 2, but unfortunately Take Flight have the B-bomb site. And you didn't want to say something, John, so I'll let you talk.
Oh, no, I was just going to make a point about MR12, but I mean, we'll get back to that after the action is unfolding here. Nyx going to go through from Cat here. Molotov burning away. And Nyx, oh, he makes some noise there. That means the audio cue has been given away. They know exactly where to look here. Exhaler. Oh, did he slip past Exhaler's view? I'm not sure. Exhaler still staring towards Cat. Nyx, does he have the kit? No, which means he has to be quick here and find the bodies. Otherwise, this round's going to be over regardless, and he can't find anyone. So he says, well, I guess I'm just going to save, and hopefully he can get some exit frags. It will be an 8th round picked up for Take Flight. Yeah.
Nyx must be so frustrated. He's just come through short and gone through the entire site, and he hasn't even seen them exit through apps. He's gone onto the site. He's halved it absolutely. Well, what, is it perfectly? Not really, because he's seen no one. That is really unfortunate that he somehow managed to go for a retake and be on the right side, but somehow not see either of the 2 remaining players. That's unfortunate.
Indeed. And I guess just back to your point about MR12,
Yeah.
I kind of like it. I was really worried about it, honestly, when it first was announced. I said, oh man, I don't know how this is going to work out. But so far, it's great. I mean, if you're tied, if you're really tightly contested, right, you're tied 12 to 12, you still have MR15, right? You still get to that.
Exactly.
And you still have your 16-12s, your 16-13s, they happen. But for the matches that tend to be blowouts or were already going to be decided, even if it would have been MR15, it still would have been a blowout and just would have taken longer to get there. So I think overall, it's a nice balance.
Agreed. Agreed. I think BNB will be agreeing to how this second half has gone so far, though. We've got a bit of a weird scenario with their money here, too. Nyx has the M4, so does Boo. But they only have pistols around it, of course, after that save. So I'm a little bit perplexed as to how the money situation would be. Of course, they've got full loss, so having 1,500 per player is okay. It's not the end of the world. But, of course, Nyx will, unless he saves this round, he will not have an M4 in the following.
I think Umar's got a chance to do some damage here. This spot's pretty good with that 5-7. Sandman's waiting for a peek to come his way. 47 seconds on the clock, a bit of a slower pace this round. Umar really wants to connect here. There's not going to be a smoke in his way, and there it is. AK upgrade as well. mdsz in a tough spot. Beats the nade. CoJoMo helps him at least by taking down Steel, but they have to retreat here. I think they've read it well. The thing is, 30 seconds left. You have to run full tilt trying to get to that B site, and now you're a man down with Exhaler getting dropped by Boo. Here they come, though. 20 seconds left. This is going to be very difficult. I think the Bad News Bears should get this one as a 10th round victory because Nyx and Boo are in a perfect spot to deny. Flashbangs out, but there it is. Boo finds one, Nyx the other. Round is over. Bad News Bears have a 10th.
Yeah, that was not going to go any other way. The end of that round, just stomping in for the apartments. The fact that the player bottom com, was that Exhaler, I believe, the bottom com player, playing around the bench position, trying to duel the short player. Yeah, I think as soon as Boo got that frag, there was no way in a month of Sundays that they were able to recover that with the time on the clock. BNB reach double digits first. Tactical timeout used by Take Flight, of course, and it gives me a chance to, of course, mention that in all ESL tournaments now, I believe the tactical timeouts have been lowered from 4 to 3 in MR12. So that is their second of 3 for Take Flight, and a good time to use it as well. They've got money, but it's a critical round.
Okay, let's see. Mirage obviously a lot closer than Anubis was. Bad News Bears, they want to see 2 in a row here. Potentially break the economy of Take Flight, although Gabe still has 3K, which will be able to help his team out in the next round. The loss bonus is only 1,900, so we'll see. Round victory would be much preferred for Take Flight. And the bomb is still standing around in T-spawn. There's a smoke lined up. I think it is the window smoke. Not sure if it connected either way. CoJoMo is going to get smoked out himself here over in Palace. Sandman lined up at ramp. Take Flight likely leaning into A, but they've really slowed down the pace compared to the way they were playing their T side on Anubis, Travis.
Yeah, I think Anubis does play into speed, and of course, if you have the right strategy and have the right utility, Mirage certainly also can play into speed. But yeah, going for a bit more of a slower approach this time. I don't mind the change up, and they are going to throw in the sort of the customary late mid utility. Window smoke will fly in, and now they'll try and take it slowly. Does he have a gap? He might do on the left hand side of it. He puts it through a few bullets through it before he goes down, or at least falls away, I should say. Gabe will molly firebox, and Umar now is in position, not showing himself just yet, trying to play it more of a crossfire with his teammate. That's exactly how they play it, and it works out okay, but Gabe taking Arzu kind of makes this an issue. Umar now has to step up, but Exhaler comes out through that smoke, and as it blooms, Umar is taken down, and with Kojo getting his kill as well, this puts Nyx into an impossible situation. Kojo will even find Steel too. The cultural impact goes his way in this round, and now Nyx is off to save his AK. CoJo up to 25-9 now, and his 2 kills in this round were certainly impactful.
Absolutely. And I mean, Umar was in a really strong spot at jungle if his teammates stay alive. But when the 2 players on A that were with him go down, he is completely isolated. And the smoke is even better from Take Flight. And after that, they just spam on through it, and he is finished. So Take Flight, excellent work on that A take. 9 rounds picked up, and they're only 1 round back from the Bad News Bears, who did manage to save an AK in Nyx's hands. So the vibe should still be very good here. It's not over yet for them. Take Flight on their side, I'm sure they're happy to find that round victory because their economy doesn't get completely destroyed, and they save most of their guns.
Exactly. It's going to be interesting for B&B now. They are kind of, as we've sort of mentioned, a bit more on the knife edge when it comes to their utility compared to Take Flight. So, even though they may be up around, if they are to lose this one with no one saving, we could be looking at 11-10 Take Flight very quickly.
Yeah. Double op, though, like you said. Nyx and Umar rocking those. Nyx waiting over a ticket.
More chance to praise an AWPer. Now,
Yes.
They hit their shots compared to CSGO. Not just the zoom banger point and click simulator.
It feels sometimes, and well, I don't know if this is actually the case, that the op shots are going and not connecting when they should. So I'm not sure if there's a registration issue there as well that's kind of factoring into the reduced effectiveness of the AWP. But anyway, I guess we'll find out as time goes on. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's going to be interesting to see how it does progress, of course, how meta progresses perhaps with certain guns feeling better, certain guns feeling worse, certain situations. But that is what makes it all so fascinating. But anyway, it's another fake
Umar
being played out right now on Palace. Umar with his AWP, holding a nice angle. Exala taken down, but hasn't seen the bomb, I don't think, on the second player. So maybe they just think it's a lurk on either side right now. They don't know exactly what the call will be. Now, Umar is under a bit of pressure from Sandman. He's pushing forward, but Steele's taking that pressure off. He's dealt with CoJo. Arzu's taken Gabe.
That's it.
And that should be it. You're absolutely right.
10 seconds left, and mdsz just has to save. Still money for Take Flight, but that is a big round victory for the Bad News Bears. They bought up down to pretty much zero, almost across the board. Yes, they had maybe like $400 for some players, but still, they were in trouble should they lose that round. Instead, everyone keeps their weapon. No one died there, and they build up a nice cushion for themselves economically. This one could very well go down to the wire.
A big one to take, and so cleanly too. Really makes such a huge difference. Quick pause coming in, cancelled very quickly. B&B in a pretty okay position to possibly take us to Inferno. Of the maps I've casted so far on CS2, I don't think I've done an Inferno yet, so that will be fun. I've done a few Anubises already, but I think Inferno will be my first on CS2. So, as they say, you always remember your first.
Yeah, will be my first Inferno as well.
Nice.
Yeah.
So happy I can share this with you.
Yeah, indeed. Oh, goodness. All right, let's get back on the rails here. Take Flight, trying to get a 10th round victory and bring this one back, because the Bad News Bears, I mean, despite the fact that they've had a few struggles here on their second half, they've been in control for quite some time. Take Flight, 4 AKs in the MAC-10 for Gabe. Gabe likely going to lead the charge in either direction, whatever one they decide to go. He's got the bomb in his back, though, so probably going to drop that. There we go. Would expect that with a MAC-10. Lining up some util. Waiting for his teammates to do the same. There is a bit of a lurk materializing with mdsz, and Exhaler. Leaning towards that B site, perhaps hoping for a push, but Umar's been holding pretty consistently here at this B site. Obviously different angles to try and keep Take Flight guessing. As it stands, though, Take Flight still biding their time.
Oh, this is going to be an interesting one. Exhaler coming up from under. This is almost the all or nothing round for Take Flight here. This is a must win, otherwise they might be playing for OT only. Oh, he gets one. MDS will get the immediate trade, but it's Salami in the kill feed again. It's the main man Nyx, up to 20 and 10 now. And CoJoMo might be 25 and 10, but it looks like it might be Nyx winning the game unless MDS continues to hit shots like that, and it's shots like that which completely crack open bomb sites. And in this case, Umar was the only defender, but Boo can cut off someone here. This could be such a huge kill. He hears them running through. Does Sandman check under properly? He does not. Boo realizes it. This should be a 3v in response. There it is. Now a 3v2 retake can come in.
Oh my goodness, still 2 players left standing for Take Flight. There's the 2v2. CoJoMo, the star for Take Flight, finds his 26th frag, 4 away from the 30 bomb as MDS sneaks in on the flank from Market. Perfect position, Steel's gone. Boo, the last one standing. Now he has to thunderfoot it, makes a noise. They're both looking in his direction. Probably Take Flight going to get this one. And oh, what a shot from Boo, the 1v1. Boo versus CoJoMo. Bomb taking away. Does the fight even matter? He has to smoke it. Gets the headshot. Is there time?
Oh,
I think
yes.
it's going to be down to the wire, but Boo
He's got it.
like he's got it. 12th round picked up for the Bad News Bears.
Oh, there haven't been any real shocking errors so far for Take Flight. They've played after plants pretty well throughout the whole series, but B&B and Boo takes advantage of some missteps there. Take Flight were way too nervy in that 2v1. As soon as MDS got the kill on towards Steel, they should be playing together, sat still, holding off angles. The swing by the first player was not necessary whatsoever. I think MDS might be having to take some pain on that one. Kojo left in a 1v1, which was very obviously doable. But the issue that being, of course, that Boo had a smoke kit too. Kojo didn't want to let him get on the bomb with that smoke kit. And because of that, plays aggressive himself and gets caught off. And Take Flight in general will get caught off on that one. And maybe a little bit flustered. They'll miss the window smoke on the following round. B&B 1 away from taking us to map 3. But Exhaler wants to keep us alive.
Still a lot of damage taken by Exhaler, and Gabe, along with MDS, are hovering near that half health mark. Take Flight, at least grouped up together. Where they decide to go is the question. That nade could have been so much more impactful a little bit earlier, and Gabe walks out towards that A site, takes down Arzu. 5v3, Nyx could do the damage as he's done throughout this half, and he finds Gabe trying to plant the bomb. Again, they're going to attempt it. MDS this time does let the bomb hit, but they're 4v3 in favor of Take Flight, and now a 4v2. That is an important frag.
That was really good from MDS there. Calmly just re-picks up the bomb and goes for the plant, gets it done. They're going to play a little bit over-aggressive again there, though, Take Flight. I don't think there was any need to just run 2 more players out ramp. They're concerned that there could be another kick in play just to get onto this defuse. Kojo's playing around with the angles too, being a little bit antsy. But in the end, Exhaler with the Mac 10. Sandman was the insurance policy, which meant Exhaler could just jump around with it a bit, knowing that time was low. Mac 10 gets both. And, John, those previous few rounds have been so close that B&B are on double eco with 3 players.
Oh no. Goodness me, what a horrible time to be on a double eco, and they realize it and say, guys, we're just gonna have to force up, which is such a bad position. Boo has the AWP, which is good, but he's gonna have to connect some shots. He's not usually the offer. Umar is the one carrying that, and Nyx is the secondary. So we'll see what Boo can do here. Maybe just have the positioning to go for something, but as it stands, nothing yet.
I honestly, it's a weird one. I think it's cool to maybe just throw the AWP in. It's something that Take Flight won't be expecting if they've read the economy correctly. And the fact that they just want to try and win the map as soon as possible. I get it, but it puts them in such a rough spot, as you so rightly say. If we do get to the 12-11, it's almost a guaranteed OT, unless something crazy happens. But as they say, crazy things usually happen in ECL North America.
Yes, definitely. So we have no idea how this one is going to swing. But MDS has so much space gain. Boo does get that shot, and MDS, what is MDS looking at? How does he go down? Steel managed to get that frag. CoJoMo and Sandman are the last two standing. CoJoMo makes it a 3v2 at the very least. Now they're trying to hightail it over to the A site. It's been realized by Nyx, who's got the deagle, can do the damage. Nyx misses the headshot. Oh, goodness. Sandman in the clutch gets a second as well. Through with the off the last one standing. And Sandman the fourth on the round. 11th bound for Take Flight. Bad News Bears almost pull off the upset round, but fall short, and now their economy is completely shot. They cannot afford the op this time. They will have the A1S, but this is wild.
Sandman, that is absolutely massive from him. Completely bailing out his entire team on this map, and perhaps even the entire series. We could be going to a complete reset decider on Inferno if it wasn't for that 4K. The kill on the players rotating in from Connector were big. The first kill was the most important one on Nyx's deagle.
Look at this.
That could have been completely caught off, but as you say, that full investment on the final round of regulation, Umar with the M4. It's a bit of a weird setup, and Take Flight just going for a bog standard A smoke, trying to keep it as simple as possible. And that's a fantastic pick from Kojo. 28 on the board. Can they make it 12?
Feel like it's possible. Oh no, Nyx and Boo get a couple. Man advantage game for the Bad News Bears. They can't upgrade the weapons, though they're too far away. The nade sails in from the Bad News Bears, and I believe Take Flight as well. Still an advantage. No. Oh, the deagle shot just barely misses the Bad News Bears on the cusp of taking this map, and the nade takes mdsz down to 36. CoJoMo peeking into CT, needs to find this one, otherwise it could be curtains for his team, and now he falls back. Steel playing passively, not giving away his position. And mdsz in a tough spot. CoJoMo connects onto Nyx. mdsz around the corner, but it's CoJoMo who's gonna take down Steel. Then mdsz finds Boo. Only Arzu left. Time is going to be a huge factor, and I don't think he's gonna have enough of it. Arzu does manage to get the frag onto Sandman, but needs to stick that defusal. It is too late. The Bad News Bears are going to overtime, and then CoJoMo, the wicked one, a 4K on the round. This one is bound for overtime.
Kojo, 4K in the most important situation. That was so rough as well for Take Flight. It was a 3v4 for so long. The fact that Kojo was stacked on top of his teammates on site made it feel so uncomfortable, especially for an AWPer as well. Finally got in towards CT, checked for Steel. Steel didn't show himself. Played passive to try and catch him off. Late retake. Didn't work. Kojo kills all of them. 31 in regulation for Kojo. Definitely the best map I've seen, and the best regulation performance I've seen in CS2 so far. And Take Flight are going to try and continue that T-side run now in overtime. BNB have let this one slip.
CoJoMo just getting his foot ready. Fires off a shot as he's blinded. Goodness me, though, a 30 bomb coming through from CoJoMo. He's looking for more here in OT. And there you go, guys. I mean, for those complaining about MR12, you got your MR15 here. They're tied 12-12. It's a close match. We're still going to get 30 rounds. Or, well, close to it anyway. Exhaler is going to get the headshot onto Steel, and Take Flight's momentum continues into OT.
Steel goes down. Umar, good response, and Boo's like an mdsz as well. An immediate fight back. That's some good mid-round re-aggression in mid there from BNB. But Sandman could have a free kill here. Arzu's in the middle of nowhere, and that's an easy pre-fire. He hears the rotation in as well of Umar. Look how aggressive Umar is going. Respect how aggressive he is here. Sandman has no idea, but Umar's missed his shot. It's a nightmare. Sandman's last alive, though. So BNB should still be fine. Surely he doesn't expect Nyx in a position like this. There's a massive off angle. There's the kill. BNB retake the lead.
That was weird, right? Because Sandman was doing a really good job holding things down over at Tetris, but in the meantime, on the other side of the map, his teammates were just falling, dropping like flies, and he found himself in a 1v3. So yeah, not much he could do with the bomb being dropped towards T-spawn. Tries to fight it, but Nyx in a perfect spot. He's up to 25 on the other side, and the Bad News Bears get that one round they needed in regulation, as is usually the case. Just a little too late. CoJoMo misses the off shot. And now he's going to have to fall back after that. Nade tossed forward. In fact, a couple of nades being thrown into mid, not doing much damage though. Let's take Flyte. Are going back to that very slow, methodical play here on their T side. 4 players grouped up in the T apartments, and the B side's kind of empty. Only 1 player coming back here. That's Steel. Maybe they'll get more reinforcements, having not seen much at A.
Quite possibly. Gabe is having what we can only describe as a bit of a stinker. 8 and 24, I'm afraid, for him. Thankfully bailed out by how much CoJo is putting on the board. If you look at the kills on the doors, actually, the scores on the doors, as I like to say, for Take Flyte, it's actually really rough across the board. Exhaler's doing okay, but mdsz and Gabe are struggling, which makes the fact they're only 1 round behind all the more impressive, to be fair.
Yeah.
Steel boost up on the edge of the balcony. I really like this. This could work out well. Nade will come in, and there's the push. Oh, it's a nightmarish situation for CoJo. And Arzu triples down with the AUG, catching so many players in the back. Oh, that's horrible for Take Flyte. Just when they were preparing the utility, Arzu pops his head up. Quad kill for him. And CoJo couldn't no-scope him in time before the AUG did all the damage and broke the dreams of Take Flyte.
That's just one of those plays where you don't have time to react because of how quick things are unfolding. You're trying to line up your util. You don't expect anyone to come in on the flank. Then Arzu pops up, takes down your support on the flank, and then you don't even get the chance to communicate with your teammates that someone came up. And by that point, when they do realize what's happening, they're panicking to pull their rifles out again because they got the util out and don't even have a chance to turn around. So well done for the Bad News Bears. And now Take Flyte, well, they need to win at least this last round of the first half of OT. Otherwise, they're going to be fending off map point for another 3 rounds.
It is really an important one, without a doubt.
Look at Arzu again. Oh, he's popped up here trying to get the frag. Umar gets one. Arzu finds one. Almost a second, but it's Umar to finish off mdsz. Sandman can't do much. Exhaler, the last one standing. The aggression from the Bad News Bears, we didn't see much of it on their CT side in regulation, but here they are just holding down W 15-12 in favor of BNB.
You know what? Change it up like they did there. They've won their 2 rounds on TOT. They decided, okay, let's change up it entirety with our set. And support Arzu in that position was Umar hit his shot, which was the most important thing.
All right, as we go into the second half, first OT, Bad News Bears need 1 round. Take Flyte need 3 to push this to double overtime, and that's a good start. CoJoMo going to get the shot through the smoke. Umar finds the trade though, taking Gabe down. Who's managed to gain position into Palace? Good Molotov thrown. Does mdsz have to use the smoke? No. In fact, he's in the one safe spot at Sandwich. They'll have no idea he's here. That's a huge position over on A. And at this point, with CoJoMo finding Umar, they might abandon the A hit entirely. Boo. Over in Palace, posted up, hoping someone's going to peek out here. I doubt he's looking towards Sandwich. There's no way after that Molotov was thrown. So mdsz has the advantage here. 1:05 on the clock for the Bad News Bears to readjust. Another Molotov. I can't believe he has the presence of mind. mdsz still gets the frag and goes down, burns to a crisp, but wow.
That is pretty crazy. He's able to get away with that. Sandman, oh, he hears him stomping around in mid of Steel and catches him as he tries to make his way up connector. Good stuff. And now Nyx, 1v3. Man, you'd want in this situation. That's 25 and 14 so far, but Sandman's having another great round for his team. Evens up his KD at 21-21 with 2 big kills. And we could be in for a few more rounds to go yet.
Yeah, Sandman was very strong on Anubis and completely quiet in this first half of action. But since the second half started, he really woke up, supported CoJoMo very well. I think Exhaler as well. We didn't get the performance release, not yet, from Gabe. Who knows what this overtime will yield, but Gabe has been exceptionally quiet this time around. Usually has much more impact. He's, speaking of which, gonna be over at Ticket, and we'll need to find something. Smoke gonna get tossed. And he's just trying to attract attention, perhaps. CoJoMo misses the shot. MDS flubs the flashbang, I think. Or the smoke it was. And now, the A side has been taken. A very messy defensive side here for Take Flight this round.
Yeah, this is a rough one. And that's a big swing from Arzu. I could see him setting up for it. That is the way to peak people on CS these days. Now, retake in from CT. CoJo has been insane in this game. He's got important utility for this retake, but a 4v5 is really possible. I don't think so. Arzu's taken one. That's a sick flick from Umar. Now it is only down to CoJo. He'll get them all to finish them off. Will Umar 2 kills on the board. It's a good old-fashioned 16-13 for BNB. They take their map pick, and we're going to a decider of Inferno, John.
Yeah, sorry, I just saw Steele's profile picture. It's him screaming in his chair, and I feel like he's probably doing some of that here.